Hi, good morning. Welcome to Birds in the Doghouse. I'm Amy, and a couple disclaimers before we start. We're going to have helpers for sure, and it's going to be loud because they're birds. That's the way it is. But I keep seeing things that I think need to be addressed. There's so many babies going home in the next couple of weeks, especially ringnecks. It's ringneck season. So the questions I'm seeing out there are, what do I keep my baby in if it's not weaned yet? How do I keep it warm? What do I do? When do I transition? How do we do it? So these are the questions we're going to answer today. So if your baby is just a few weeks old and you're still hand feeding, you're probably going to bring it home in something like this. And I use the pine pellets from Tractor Supply. They're super absorbent, they're natural, they won't hurt the baby. And then I have at least one little baby in here, maybe another little stuffed animal. Dollar store stuffed animals are fine, just so the eyes and things are sewn in, you don't want anything they can pick off. So this is great for beginners. What if my bird is not warm enough? What if I don't have a climate controlled room? I have an oscillating heater in mine. I keep it about 75 degrees, maybe 80 if the bird's a little bit younger. This is Calypso. I'm going to ask him to step off a minute. But a good thing to have is one of these reptile heaters. This goes on the bottom of half of the cage or a quarter of the cage. You don't want it inside the cage. You don't want to burn your baby. Absolutely do not use the overhead lights. You can burn skin, you can hurt eyes, so that's not the way to do it. So keep them in your routine, put this on, let them go to it if they want the heat, and then at night, well, during the day, keep your lid on because you'll be surprised how fast these little babies can start to get out. So keep your lid on, and at night I cover it, or during the day I cover it, because remember, these little babies are coming out of a nest box which is dark. They're with their clutch mates, and now they're being hand raised in a strange environment, and now they're going to a new environment that's a little scary. So you want to give them the opportunity to just huddle in and cover up if they're scared. So what do we do next? Now the babies are jumping out of the side. They're big enough to crawl up. That's the size that we want to eliminate this and go to the next size. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go to a little bit bigger container. And this is a tub. Again, we have our pine bedding in it. I'm going to just show you this. We have little stuffed animals in here, and this is little Esme. Esme was hatched around the 1st of April, probably about the 3rd. I think she was the second baby to hatch, or the 3rd baby to hatch. So she has just graduated to this bigger container today, along with her sister Sky, who was probably hatched right before her because she's got a little more feathers. They escaped out of the little box. They are now regulating their temperature. They don't need heat. They're just in a room that is comfortable, maybe 70 degrees, nothing special. They have plenty of room in here. And then this little purple guy, he is about a week older, and he's not quite ready to start weaning. He's kind of in that intermediate stage, but he is big enough to get out of the little box, so we have graduated him into here as well. So that is our purple boy and environment. Now, this is also the time I will put some sprigs of millet in and some pellets, just to see if there's, it's kind of a litmus test to see if they're ready to start getting introduced to solid foods. Not quite ready for some chalk yet, but they are interested in the millet, especially purple boy, so we'll see how that goes. And then I'm going to show you what happens when they are ready to graduate. So I don't keep this lid on all day. I always have ventilation for them, so I just keep it cracked a little bit so they're safe and can't get out. So now, today, these three, and they're babies, so they're loud. These three have graduated into this. They're starting to wean. So what I'm doing is I have millet down here, I have my pellets down there, and millet, not the healthiest thing, but I like it because they can you know, they can peck at it and I can see if the holes are down there, which tells me they're eating. So I have transitioned them into here. I have paper towel in there and a pad under it because I want to see, again, those holes. I want to see what they're eating to make sure that they are eating. I have a shallow water bowl. I've now introduced water. This is the time to do that. And then in this bowl, they have chop. So you'll see, let me see if I can reach it. Ugh. There's fruits and vegetables in here. Here we go. So I have some pepper in here. I have some raspberry. I have a little bit of cabbage, Brussels sprouts. I have corn on the cob. I've got a blueberry. Calypso here is going to help me and see if he likes anything in there. And the reason why I have the shallow bowls on water, I've now started to put perches in here. I put a rope one down there and I've left this one in here because they need to be able to look down onto this food. So I need to make sure that they can see that food and go in there and go into a bowl and get it, which they have been doing this morning. I watched them do that. I've also introduced toys at this time. In the other one, I put little balls, but in this one, I have put the hanging down toys because I want them to get used to that and get stimulated. So when I see that they are eating all of these solid foods and the chop like Calypso here, that's when I know they're pretty much ready to go. I will probably have the new owners give them just a shot or two of formula during the day for the first week, just for bonding more than anything. It just helps so they know who their new mama or daddy is. And this is a travel cage actually, so I take my pets to the vet in this. If we're in a hotel, I use this. It's got plexiglass right here, so it does shelter them for some drafts. It's got plexiglass on the back. So this is a perfect transitional cage for these little babies. Once they're weaned, they will go into the big boy cages that their parents have now prepared for them with toys and their food and water. When I know they can climb up the sides to get to things, I know they can perch, I know they can play, I know they can eat properly, that's when they go home. All right, so that is that. Please feel free, contact me anytime. Birds in the Doghouse on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. This will go on YouTube. So if you have any questions, I do have new packets for owners about what to feed, how to feed, what cages to put them in, what are best. It's a really good take-home packet. So if you have your new baby on the way, or if it just got home and you have questions, just let me know. I'd be glad to email those things over. Thanks. Have a great day. Please like and follow us. Birds in the Doghouse, Doghouse 2 words. Our page got stolen a few months ago. We had thousands on there doing a lot of philanthropy work, and so we're starting over and we need some help. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll be back.